38 years ago today saw the release of one of the most definitive albums of the 80s and my childhood, and it's Def Leppard's Hysteria. Released August 3rd, 1987, it went on to sell 25 million records worldwide. Had the hit singles of Women, Rocket, Animal, Love Bites, Pour Some Sugar on Me, and Armageddon. One of my favorite albums of my childhood. I still go back to this regularly. I love this album. I think it's impeccably produced. So many great songs, so many influences. There's Queens on here. There's Bowie. There's Mott the Hopple on here. It has everything you could want on an album. Killer ballads, killer rock songs. Perfectly executed. But it was a hard road. Let me get back to a little bit before this. Before this album, Def Leppard released Pyromania, which became their biggest album of their career at that point, with the hit singles like Foolin' and Photograph. I think it sold about 10 million units. They're on top of the world. They need to come up with a follow-up. They go in the studio with Jim Steinman, from Meatloaf, and start creating an album. But they don't like it and scrap it. Now, back in that time, in the 80s, if you took 2 years to make an album, you were on not risky, but it was shaky ground that you may not have a career anymore. You had to pop albums out and keep it going. With this one, there was a 3.5 year wait. If not, I think it was 4 years before Hysteria came out. So 4 years between Pyromania and this. This was like a 25-year wait period in regular time. So already they had that going against them. People said they're over, they're has-beens, it's done. Then you have Rick Allen. What I thought was fantastic, that the band stuck together. They didn't kick him out. They said, we're going to make a new drum set that's going to work with your 2 feet and your 1 arm. And we're going to do it. And we're going to wait for it to be perfected. When they got that, they went to the studio with Mutt Lange, who's a perfectionist. Every note has to be done perfectly. So this album was very expensive. Plus, you have to think of the one that's got scrapped. So according, I believe, to Phil Collen of the band, Hysteria had to sell 5 million units to break even. And when it first came out, this didn't sell like gangbusters in the US and in Canada. They released Women here instead of Women was the first single here, as opposed to Animal was in Europe. And Animal, I thought, was a stronger song. So Women did well on the hard rock charts, but on the pop charts, it went up to number 80. So this album started off very sluggish in US and Canada. And people were worried. It's like, oh my God, these guys, 4-year wait. Now you're coming out, your first single's not doing well. Second single's not doing too well. But when they released Pour Some Sugar on Me, that's when things over here started to go crazy. I went to the show in Montreal here, and I'm telling you, it was a nut house. My ears were ringing for, 3 days, I could not hear what anyone was telling me. Could not hear a damn thing. The screams, the triumphant return of Def Leppard after everything they went through, scrapping an album, the drummer, you name it. The odds against them that this album steadily started selling, which I think in the long run gave it credibility, as opposed to if it would have been like an overnight sensation, like one day it sold millions, people would have said, they're just an overnight sensation now. It gave them, legitimized them to rock fans. Back in the day, that was very important, to be a legitimate rock band and not sell out per se. So that it took time to get to that level, made it a lot more respectable. If you don't have this album, you owe it to yourself to pick it up or listen to it once if you like pop rock, pop hard rock. If you like Bon Jovi, stuff like that, this is that era. You want to hear a great album that almost every track could be a hit single, this is it. Do yourself a favor, search this out, you will not be disappointed. It's 38 years ago today, and I still listen to this album in awe. This is a great, great album. It may not be as rock as some Def Leppard fans want, but my theory has always been, if it's a good album, it's a good album, it's a good album. And you know what? I'm going to shock you with this one. It's a good album. Do yourself a favor, search it out. I'll put a couple of tracks down below. You let me know what you think. Yeah, have you ever heard of this album? Were you there when it exploded? I was, and it was beautiful. It was ecstasy. I loved it. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts with us. And if you can, hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. This is Steven from the Aroundtable, celebrating 38 years of Hysteria. And I'll be seeing you soon.